Hear me? Awesome. Wow, technology. Okay, I think just to start off, if you have any questions as I go along, then you can just interrupt me. I'll just check the chat every time to see if there's any questions from your side. And then firstly, maybe just to welcome you on board as a mentor. I wanted to find out by you, Andy, are you a student at Cornerstone as well or not? Are you working for NCF? I'm just trying to figure out your affiliation. Okay. Are you a student at Cornerstone? I'm intern. Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. I'm not sure if Brendan took you through any of the mentor training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the beginning just to show you where to find the mentor training. It's required of all our mentors to go through this before the semester starts, which would be on the 7th of July. So hopefully by then you'll be able to work through it. It's approximately maybe an hour or so. It'll take of your time to go through it. So let me just get started. Like I said before, I'm new at this, so I'm going to try my best to figure this thing out as to how to do this. Let me... Okay, no. Wrong. Okay, are you able to see the Cornerstone Learning Community Mentor Responsibility Guide on your side? Awesome. Okay, have you seen this before? Okay. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just maybe read through this one section with you. This is basically what a mentor is responsible to do. And it includes, number one is the marketing, where you will facilitate the marketing at the CLC. I'm not sure if this is in your agreement with, who's the pastor? Basically, who's the pastor there? Yeah, I've actually forgot the name of the pastor. Sorry about that. Dave. Okay, awesome. So I'm not sure if Dave has taken you through all that is required and of you, but basically as a mentor from our side, this is what is expected. Because I know sometimes at some of the CLCs, they would spread the work amongst a few people. So you can maybe just, if you are unsure about this, maybe just to bounce it off with him and to see if you will be responsible for all of this. But from our side, as a mentor, we expect the marketing side of things to take care of that. And then admin side, there won't be much admin to do. It will basically be all conducted by Cornerstone when it comes to registration and those type of things. Cornerstone takes care of that. It's but merely at times the tablet contract. I know that on day one we'll normally issue the student with a tablet, but they first need to sign the contract. And I think that's basically the only admin side of things that you'll be responsible for. And then, let me just check here, it says here, maybe just to assist students at times if they are, the registration process is online. So if they need assistance, then maybe they could ask you and then maybe you could guide them through that. I'm not sure if you were part of the training last week, the registration training. Were you part of that? Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. So I'll be sending out those links today. And then maybe just to go through it so that if a student does decide to come to the CLC to register, then you'll be equipped, if there are questions that they have, then you'll be able to assist them in that. I know on my side, the students normally just do it online. They don't come to the... And then the learning environment, the CLC mentors to ensure that the environment of the CLC is conducive to learning. And that includes the physical environment, the infrastructure such as lighting, suitable furniture, cleanliness. It involves ensuring that noise and interruptions are kept to an acceptable level. In addition, outside influences and disruptions must be kept to a minimum. So it's just basically seeing to the environment that everything is fine, that they're able to learn in that space. And then health and safety, the mentor is responsible for the safety and the security of the students. All necessary measures are to be taken to ensure that students are not put at any unnecessary risks. When students are on the CLC site, they fall under the duty of care of that organization. And then the CLC equipment, which is basically setting up for the tutorial. At times, what I do as a mentor, I get a duty student, so I'll delegate that to awesome. Can you hear me, Andy? I know you left me there. Okay, awesome. Because I don't see your picture, but that's fine. As long as you can hear me, I'll continue. So, as I said earlier, what I normally do is just to delegate the student, and then they would normally come fetch the laptop by me. They would set up the tutorial. They join the Hangout, and then when they're done, just bring it back to me. So if you want to, you can even do that as well. And then the number 6 says encouragement. The mentor is a vital component of the learning experience. So I think when it comes to the encouragement side as well, it's just basically being there as a support for the student. If they are hitting a tough spot, even that you would be there for them and just checking up on them and just basically being a support to them. And then opening hours, I'm sure you guys have that sorted as well. And then number 8 is the duty student. And then spiritual formation. The spiritual formation program that we did last semester was Alpha. And it was, I think it was a 16-week program that took place on a Wednesday. Now, the spiritual formation program is not compulsory, so students have an option to do that. I just wanted to find out by you, did you guys, I know that Brendan said that there was only one student and he wasn't, I'm not sure if he did it with that one student or if that student was interested even. Do you know if there was a spiritual formation program offered last semester? Okay, so for this semester, then I think even if there are enough students, or not even enough, I only have 3 students basically that comes to the spiritual formation program. So if there are students interested in attending, then it is required of us that you offer a spiritual formation program. Some churches opt to have their own program that is already in place at their churches. And then we also have a spiritual formation program that we do offer if you'd like to maybe use that one. So you can just let me know and find out if there are students interested. What normally happens in the spiritual formation program, I'll normally just show a video clip or whatever the content is, and then after that we would discuss the content. It's not required of the mentor to have all the answers for the students. It's basically just facilitating discussion and getting the discussion going about their faith, and just to create that transparency as to where they find themselves at, and that you would journey with them in that regard. So I know that we're still busy with the spiritual formation program for the semester, so we must still release the videos hopefully by next week, and then just talk you through that. So that's what happens with the spiritual formation. There's also, at some of the CLCs, there's devotions. For those students who do come early, my students don't come early enough. They just come for class, so we don't have any of that. So it's all dependent as to what happens at your CLC. And then, okay, we're done with the Alpha course. That's the spiritual. Okay, that's about it. That covers all the responsibilities of the mentor. Do you have any questions before I continue? And were you aware also of the spiritual formation program that you need to offer and journey with the students? Okay, guess it's been laid out well. Okay, I hear you. So yeah, it's sometimes quite. I know for me when I was thrown into it, it was quite scary. But afterwards, I just got the hang of it. With just, I think it relieved a lot of pressure from me when I realized that I don't need to have all the answers for them. And we would basically just go around in circles and just find out where everyone is at. The topics covered from faith as to do you believe Jesus is the way? So different topics. It was quite broad, but it was quite exciting, and I think it creates that platform to get to know the student on a different level and also to influence them when it comes to their faith. So that was pretty awesome for me. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed connecting with the students, so that was a highlight for me. So then just to continue, have you ever been on Funda? Do you know what Funda is? Okay. So Funda is where we load all our academic material and assessments, and it's a platform to help facilitate discussion between the lecturer and the student. So all our resources goes onto Funda when it comes to, even for the students, that's where they find their lessons, that's where they find all their work basically will be on Funda. So what I'm going to try and do is just to maybe screen share this thing. Let me just try and go back so that I can show you where to find your mentor orientation. Okay. Okay. Are you able to see that on your side? Okay, awesome. I'm going to log out. I hope this is going to work. Okay, awesome. So when you go to the website, you'll find on top you need to type in a user ID and then you need to type in a password. Okay, so Brendan or someone on your side, actually we have issued them with a CLC user ID and then password as well. So I'm just going to type in mine. And then your password you type in. Sorry. Flu has the better of me today. So this is how the students even will access their material. Okay, so this will give you an idea of what the student's experience would be even on Funda. So then you'll see there my workspace. This just gives you a brief overview of what Funda is about. For some of the students, okay, they'll go, but we don't need this. We don't need this. Let me not confuse you. Then when we go to the CLC mentor orientation, click on that. And then it will give you just an introduction to your mentor training. Then when you, on the left hand side here, you'll see the home, your syllabus. Normally this is even where the students will find their work. They'll go to the syllabus or they'll click on, normally their subjects would even be here. So they'll click on their subject and they'll click on syllabus and find all the materials there. But for your purpose, you'll just have to click on CLC mentor orientation, scroll down on the left here, and then you'll find mentor training lessons. Okay, so you'll click on that. And then you'll find the different lessons that you require to go through. So this will just give you an introduction of the CLC program, what it's about, a 3-minute, 4-minute clip, and then a welcome. Then when you click on this welcome here, this is our deputy principal. I'm sure, yeah, you met him, Brendan, eh? You have met him. So this is just the basic introduction about the mentor training, and then a 7.5-minute clip on who we are as Cornerstone. So you just need to go through that. And then there's some reflection questions, so you can add a comment if you'd like to. I'm sure Brendan has gone through this already. I know when I did the training, at times it wouldn't allow me to continue until I put a comment in. So you can just check that out. Sometimes it's not needed if someone has gone through it already. And then here's a glossary of academic terms. Let me just click in that. So these are basically some of the terms that you need to know. Mode of learning, contact learning, distance learning, just so that you'll be able to relate even to the students if they should ask any questions. So it's only a few of them just to go through. And then, so yeah, and then the comment section. So that's the first lesson that you need to go through. The next one, okay, so we did the welcome now, and then your role in education. So this will basically just give you as to, it speaks about how education has changed over all the years, and then your role in that, and then it gives a 11-minute clip that you need to watch. And there's another clip, I'm looking for that one. So you can add a comment in that box as well. And this is a clip on how people learn, which is quite interesting. It's 22 minutes long. And then you can just add a comment there as well if you have any. And then we can just click on to the next. So that's the second one, the second lesson. And then number 3 would be the spiritual formation, as we spoke earlier. It just speaks as to how important the spiritual formation program is for Cornerstone as a part of our ethos, and speaks about how this will work practically, which we spoke earlier, which was included in the devotions, if there is any devotions being held at your CLC, and then whatever spiritual formation program you offer. You don't have to go through these alpha videos because these were offered last semester, which is not relevant right now. So you can maybe just read up on this page and then stop at that. If you have any comments in that, then you can add it over here. Then ignore the tutorial sessions. I think these were just written more so for the mentors of last semester, so you can ignore all of that. You can even ignore these preparation for tutorials because you know how to do it currently. So I'm busy with the new mentor training, so all of this will be deleted. Okay, so that's the spiritual formation side, and then tasks and technicalities. See what this entails. So this is all the technical side of things. No. Okay, this is basically what I went through with you earlier as to the mentor role and the responsibilities. Just browsed over that already. And then if you're looking for or needing to know more on policies, this is where you'll find our policies. Computer and internet policy, and then HIV and AIDS policy. Okay, if you want to add a comment there, you may. And then there's fees and finance, payment plans, the amount of registration that a full-time student pays, that a part-time student pays. What defines a part-time student is those who does less than 60 credits, and full-timers more than 60 credits. So this is just a payment layout as to how they will then pay. And then refund of fees. Maybe we can just go through that as to how we work things here at Cornerstone. And then technology. I think these things are maybe more sorted out right now at your CLC because you guys are up and running. So this is just the information as to what you receive. So this doesn't really apply right now to you. Okay. This is our online, let me just try and move this down. Okay. We have an online student support service. And basically what we offer is, let's try and move it over. Can I just go down? Okay. So we offer student development in the areas of academic support, therapeutic support, and student welfare. So academic, let's say a student is needing, you maybe see that a student is needing some tutoring or academic support, then you can contact us. Taryn and I are part of the student support services as well. So if there is a student needing tutoring, then you can just maybe contact us and let us know. You can do it online, but I think right now maybe it will just be best just to do it, or just contact us or send us an email. Then we can just facilitate that process and get the student help that's needed if there's no one at your CLC that is able to assist. And then also therapeutic services, if there's maybe a student going through an emotional turmoil or challenges, then we do offer counseling as well. We do have a psychology department, and I think the first 4 sessions are free. So they will actually, maybe I'm thinking if they don't, maybe to do it via Skype, or there's different ways to actually do it. So they'll be able to offer that service to the student, just to maybe to speak them through that. And then also if there's students that's struggling maybe with traveling fare or food, maybe just the basic necessities of life, then we can also assist in that regard. So then as a mentor, you're even able just to phone us on their behalf if they don't feel comfortable with doing so themselves. As you identify and as you journey with them, you can just let us know. So those are the services from the student support side that we offer. That's basically what that is saying. Go to the next one. So that just basically covers the mentor training. Go ahead. So it's just to go through the welcome, your role in education, spiritual formation, tasks and technicalities, and then there's a conclusion. And then that completes your training. So it should take up to maybe 2 hours for the most, I think, of your time just to go through it. Yeah, I think for me that basically covers everything. I think for my purpose and role as a mentor at Salt River is even to be there for you in whichever way. So when it comes to the day-to-day running of things, so if you need any assistance of knowing anything, then that's why I'm here. So don't hesitate to contact me. When it comes to the marketing side of things, that's the role of Taryn. So if you need any marketing materials and stuff like that, then just contact her and she'll be able to assist in that regard as well. So yeah, any questions? Okay, is the mentor the only person that can access the Funder page to give the students the material? No, no, no. So what happens as a student, they'll be able to access Funder on their own, so you don't have to do that for them. That would be such a burden. So no, you're relieved from that. The Funder page that you'll go on, if you get the username and password from the CLC, it will just be for your mentor training. And then all correspondence also will be sent, all information and emails will be sent to your CLC email. So it's important to check that. I do have you on WhatsApp now. I know that last semester it was quite difficult because mentors don't normally check the CLC email. So what I've decided to do is to create a WhatsApp group for all the mentors. So if I do post something on the CLC email, I'll notify you in that way. Because I know that it's been quite a challenge for mentors to check that email every day, considering that they have many other things to do. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So that would be the only reason you have to check the CLC email. And then for Funda, it would just be for your mentor training. That's it. But the students are responsible to go into Funda and to go through that process even. I forgot. What I wanted to show you. Just give me a second. Okay, so I see, and we just answer your other question. Is that where the link last week was from? The link of last week was for the registration. Are you speaking about the registration training link? Okay, last week what happened was Caroline was in the studio here where I'm seated currently, and then she did the training with all the mentors. So then that video recording I still have the link of that. So I need to send that to you today. Then you'll be able to just watch the video and go through what she presented last week. Okay, so that's something totally different. Just to maybe go through okay, this is my training that I'm still busy working on, so you don't have access to this, but I wanted to show you something, and I might have to send this to you. Okay, so this is basically what will happen on day 1. Are you able to see that, your side? Okay, awesome. So on the first day, normally, I know that last semester what we did, we had like some treats, and I know that Cornerstone also made some funds available to all the CLCs, so that when the students came, we had some treats for them as well. I'm not sure if it's going to happen the same way this semester, but I'm sure they'll keep us posted with regards to that. If not, then it's just to welcome the students, make them feel at home on the first day, because they'll be coming there not knowing anything and feeling very anxious at times. You do have the option of, if you are an icebreaker person, to do some icebreakers with them. It's not a necessity, so whatever works for you, just to try and create a nice sense of community. And then on the first day as well, you'll hand out the tablets. So our admissions department will send you a list of all the students that will be receiving a tablet. And as I mentioned earlier, they need to sign the tablet contract before handing them the tablet. Okay. And then accessing Funda. So even as I've showed you now, just the way to find certain things on Funda, it might be helpful. I know that our students battled last year tremendously. We're hoping to work even on that and just trying to take them through the process of Funda. So maybe even on the day, if you can just show them this is what Funda is, this is where you will log on, this is where you will find materials maybe, that would maybe just be helpful as an introduction. We definitely will be taking them through that process as well, but maybe just from them as a mentor, just to show them maybe this is what Funda looks like and this is where you'll be finding most of your work. And then number 4, and then also, yeah, just to make them know, to let them know that there's a support page. So that it says there, you can refer them to support.cornerstone. So if they're having any Funda problems, even they can just email that email address, and then someone will get back to them. If they're having problems with their with logging on or with their password or those type of things, and they can just email support.cornerstone, and then someone will assist them. Then number 4 says explain the difference between lessons and tutorials. Do you know the difference between lessons and tutorials? Yes, basically that's correct. It happens afterward, but the lesson, and maybe even on the first day, to explain this to students, because students came with the expectation of thinking that when they come to class, that they are going to receive a lesson and a lecture. But what happens with the CLC is the student is given the lesson on Funda, okay, before the time, and then they are expected to go through the lesson on their own. When they come to the tutorial, that's when the lecturer goes through what they have gone through already. So the lecturer doesn't come with new information or as a lecture. The lecturer comes and just basically tries to more interact and to see if the student understands what they've gone through on their own. So that's basically the difference between the two. The tutorial is not a lecture, it's just to kind of gauge and interact with the students and finding out how they found the lesson that they went through and if they understood everything. And if there are questions that the student maybe have about the lesson that they went through, then that would be the platform to speak to the lecturer and bounce things off with the lecturer. Is that understandable? I'm not sure if that's clear enough. Awesome. Okay. And then we'll issue the timetable as well. The students will receive the timetable and then we'll send one to you as well. So you can just maybe go through the timetable with the students so that they can see where they would slot in. Host an event, like I said, that would we would confirm that if that would be happening from our side, even with funding. If not, we can work around that. And then I know that last semester we had an academic orientation, and this was done via YouTube with all our lecturers on the side, the faculty. So I'm not sure if that will be happening, but we will keep you posted. And then number 8 says help with registrations. Some students maybe will come on the first day, and that's what we've experienced last semester. Some of them weren't registered. So maybe just as they arrive, just to assist them in registering as well, which would be online. And then they can just go to the Cornerstone website, and then it's very straightforward with the registration, so they can just follow that process. But they need to, if they do come there on the day and they haven't registered, they need to register. And then, oops, and then also just maybe on the day to speak about the spiritual formation program. Sometimes if students know that it's not compulsory, they normally at times don't pitch for it. So it depends on their hunger, even for the Lord, and if they are interested in attending or needing something like this. So maybe just to promote that to them and to tell them about the spiritual formation program. Like I said, it's not compulsory, it's not for credits. It's merely if they would like to attend. And maybe just to see if anyone is interested in that. And then to answer questions, if there are any questions that students might have, to let me know if there's maybe questions that you don't have an answer for, then we can just try and assist in that. And then student emails, maybe just to let them know and just to kind of encourage them just to activate the Cornerstone email. Many of the students missed out on a lot of our correspondence because they didn't activate the Cornerstone email. We do not send it to their personal, any correspondence to their personal emails. They need to activate the Cornerstone email, and that is where all information will be found. So just to remind them maybe about that. And then sometimes on the day of, on the first day, some of the students do not come. So maybe if you can just follow up on the non-arrivals, maybe just to give them a call and to find out if they will still be coming, and just to find out where they are. Number 13 is irrelevant because it speaks of tutorial practices which we did last semester. So that doesn't refer to you now because you guys are up and running already. So that's basically what happens on the first day. And just to take students through and just to maybe make them familiar even with the platform of Fundo that we are using, as I said earlier. Any questions on the first day? Do you have any questions maybe? Okay, so you understand everything. Awesome. Just remove this. Okay, awesome. So that basically covers what I needed to maybe just share with you and take you through, because just the mentor training, maybe just to try and do it in the next 2 weeks before the semester starts. That would be awesome if you can. And then, yeah, I know it's maybe a lot of information in the beginning, information overload. But like I said, we're here to assist as much as we can. And don't hesitate to contact us. I'll read all that up and I will get back to you tomorrow if I have anything that I want to ask. Awesome. Andy, it was good meeting you. Thank you so much for your time even this morning. And yeah, welcome once again on board, and we look forward to working with you in future. Awesome. So I'll be in contact with you. Thank you so much, and all the best for the mentor training. Bye.